Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with another book haul video. It's been a bit since I did my last book haul, which was a really large book haul because I had been really bad with my book buying addiction for a little bit. But this is a smaller one. I have been slowing it down, and it'll probably be a little bit before I do another one of these videos just because I have so many books I need to read, and I've been trying to really focus more on reading those books instead of buying more. So just basically I look at books online and I try not to go to my used bookstore nearly as much. And we'll see how long that works. So let's get into the haul. So the first book I picked up at my local book used store is The Baker's Boy by J.V. Jones. And this is one, I actually already had a copy of this. Let me see if I have it. Should have, gotten it out before. Found it. So I actually already had a copy of both this and the second book in this series, but this is pretty decent for a really old used paperback, and this is the one I had before. I've never actually read this, but there were whole chunks that were like coming out. I got this at a garage sale years ago, and I'm pretty sure it was free or like 25 cents, so like it's in horrible condition, but I'm like, I'll get it. That was back especially when I didn't have any like bookstores nearby, and I didn't buy books online a ton, so anytime I found cheap books, I always bought the cheap books. But because of that being in such poor condition, I figured I'd get a new one because this is one that I do want to read at some point. I haven't heard a ton about this. I know Brian Lee Durfee mentioned this on his top, I think like 40 fantasy video, and it's definitely something that I've wanted to read. I've never actually read J.V. Jones, and J.V. Jones has, I know, quite a few books that I would like to read at some point, so wanted to get into that. Next up, we have another half-price books purchase, which is, these are mostly from half-price books, with a few I got like on sales from other bookstores online, but I did finally grab Ready Player One. I've heard so much about this book, a lot of really good things, and they happen to have, I don't know why, but they get UK versions pretty cheap sometimes at my half-price books. And so I figured I'd get this. I've heard a lot of good things. Most people, it sounds like, didn't really like the sequel, but I figure I'll give it a shot. I know this is kind of more sci-fi, and I do still want to try to read a little bit more sci-fi this year, so I will hopefully get to that one before too terribly long. We then have God of Broken Things by Cameron Johnston, and this is actually book 2 in a series. But I had seen it before, and I didn't pick it up because it was a book 2, but it seemed interesting. It was another UK paperback that's literally brand new that they just randomly have for whatever reason. I imagine they're like overstocked or something. So I'll have to see if I can get the first book in this. It's supposed to be a grimdark, and I don't know, the cover just seems really interesting. The name, the kind of the snowy thing, like walking with the weapons. At the back, you see kind of like some like ruins, and it sounded really interesting to me. Looking at, and it's definitely something I wanted to try to get to at some point. So that's another one that I did pick up. Now next up, this was really cheap on Book Outlet, I think, and it's on my punishment book list as just kind of a silly fun one. This is for you, Andrew. I got A Spell for Chameleon, which is the first Xanth novel, and this was put on. It's meant to just be kind of like really cheesy, kind of like parody, meant for a younger type audience. And so, let me see if this has a map in it, because I know I've seen the map before, and this one doesn't. But it's like basically the map is Florida with everything renamed, and it just seems like it's pretty silly. It was one put on. It's just kind of like a tongue-in-cheek option for the next time I fail a challenge on that list. So I picked that up. I've never actually read any Piers Anthony before. If I end up wanting to read more, I'm pretty sure I could find a bunch of his books at half-price books. So I'll definitely check out. Another one from Book Outlet, which this one I haven't heard of, but it was, for one, it looked kind of cool. And this is A Tour Essentials by John M. Ford, The Dragon Waiting. And this is, it says on the back, a noble Byzantine mercenary, a female Florentine physician, an ageless Welsh wizard, and Sforza, the uncanny duke. Together they will wage an intrigue-filled campaign against the might of Byzantium to secure the English throne for Richard, Duke of Gloucester, and make him Richard III. So kind of like a historical fiction fantasy type thing. And I thought this sounded really interesting. Apparently John Ford has a lot. Never read him before, but I'm definitely interested in trying it out. So it'll be a nice looking book on my shelf anyway. So I figured it would work out. Next, and this one I got, I think, from Open Books. And I've apparently been really lucky because I got The Trouble with Peace. And this, once again, I mean, this is technically used, but it doesn't really look like it. It looks like this was pulled off a new shelf. Got this for $5. I actually got the first Age of Madness books from the same place, also for $5. And so I couldn't pass that up. I still need to read Red Country and Sharp Ends before I will get to this. So it'll be a bit, but I couldn't pass up getting both hardcover like new for $5. So I got them. The next up, we have a few different books by Lois McMaster Viewhole. And I am not familiar with this author. What was cool is shortly after getting these, somebody on the Discord was talking about them. But so there's Paladin of Souls, The Hallowed Hunt, and the one I heard, which is a kind of like collection of short stories and it's supposed to be pretty good, despite the cover being interesting, is Penrick's Progress. Now, I bought these because I was just poking around, and I've been in my half-price books so many darn times that I can usually spot something that's new and wasn't there the last time. I was there pretty quickly, and so I popped these to look at them. Lo and behold, these are signed, at least two of the three. Paladin of Souls and Hallowed Hunt are both signed. And these are all also like new. So getting like new books for a used book price signed, that's pretty cool. I don't really have a lot of signed books, so I thought that was awesome. And the fact that I was able to get 3 books that are part of the same series. This one is not signed, and actually was the most expensive one for some reason. So I don't know why that was happening. But I thought that was pretty cool, so I'm pretty excited to try this author out, see what I think, and I'm hoping I like it since I have the multiple books, and 2 of them are signed. I figure if I don't, then somebody who is a fan of the author will be happy to get them, probably, so we'll go that way. Next up, which are ones I got from my half-price books as well, are a couple of books by Gabriel Kay, and we have Children of Earth and Sky, and we have Under Heaven. Now, I've heard a ton of really good things about Gabriel Kay. I had previously gotten to Ghana, which I still need to read. I saw a review on it recently that made me really want to read it even more. It just sounds super, super good. It's my understanding that Kay is just, his prose is fantastic, and the way he writes is really, really good. So these are a couple more of his novels. He's definitely an author that's on my list. I kind of have a mental list of authors. If I see any of their stuff, I really, really want to try them. So I watch out and make sure to check them out. And I've got really lucky with finding some of his books at half-price books. So it's been nice. I've got them and definitely want to get to some of his stuff at some point this year. Now, to end it, a book I wasn't planning on actually buying when it came out new, but they actually had on Book Outlet, I think for like $12. And that is the 30th anniversary edition of Eye of the World. And this is in pretty good condition too. Once they technically used, looks like an overstock copy, which I imagine only so many people bought these because a lot of people already had the book, and they didn't really do like a lot. Like, it's silver, but they didn't do a ton to make this that special for a 30th anniversary edition. I already have my fun other Barnes & Noble copy, which I actually like more than this, but I'll probably end up putting this one on the shelf here too. And this will probably be the one I actually read instead of reading the Barnes & Noble copy, so I keep it in better condition, but I couldn't pass it up for the deal. So that is my book haul. Like I said, a little bit of a, less excessive than the last one, and probably the last one for a little bit. before I do another one of these, because I have been trying to slow down, going to my Book Buyers Anonymous meetings in the Discord, which, if you need a Book Buyers Anonymous meeting, definitely check the link in the description for the link to the Wizardly Duo Discord, though I do have to give a disclaimer that studies show going to Book Buyers Anonymous meetings in the Discord may have the opposite effect, may in fact make you want to buy even more books, so... But it's worth a shot. It's definitely worth a shot. You know, there's no proof it doesn't work. There's just a lot of evidence that it doesn't. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. And of course, if you would like to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe.